I'm about to cross the Sanibel Causeway and go to Sanibel Island on the 6-month anniversary, March 28th, of when Hurricane Ian came ashore here on Sanibel, doing massive destruction to this island as well as all areas in southwest Florida. I was over on January 28th, 2 months ago, so we're going to see today hopefully the changes and the recovery and restoration, the debris pickup, what businesses are open. So that's the goal of today's video, to see what's happened over the last 2 months. I can already see where they're rebuilding parts of the causeway. There's been a lot of widening and changes here in the last 2 months. More sand's been added, and as they work on the permanent fix for this causeway, which was severely compromised in several areas when Hurricane Ian hit. I'm standing in front of the Sanibel Captiva Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center, and it's not open yet, but you see in the last 2 months they removed a lot of debris and all the sand from the parking lot. And looking inside the building, there is some reconstruction going on, so hopefully this visitor center will be opening in the near future. One wonderful thing I'm seeing, some of these homes, the people are back living in them. Several are still under renovation, but I can see several homes with cars. People are in there living, which is great. Maybe they still have renovation to do, but at least they're back in their homes. I'm with Christina Lazar here at 419 Lighthouse Way, off Periwinkle Way. Christina, can you just tell us what damage you had to your home and what has been done?
Well, we had the whole lower level was destroyed, both my car and my husband's truck. His shed there with all his tools and whatnot. The lower level had our laundry room, my office, entertainment center, and pottery studio, which I lost. But I'm in the process of getting it all put back together. I've already got flooring in and drywalls up and painted, and shelving is going in, so we're making real headway. The second and third floor, my main living areas, were not affected, thankfully, and all the glass held.
Well, all the best, Christina,
Thank
on
you.
Your renovation reconstruction, and thanks for doing this interview.
You're welcome.
This was Grandma Dot's restaurant, which was severely damaged when Hurricane Ian came ashore on September 28th. But 3 weeks after that storm hit, the owners opened this food truck, Grandma Dot's restaurant food truck, and they're open here now. And they've been open ever since the hurricane after 3 weeks, and they've installed tables and chairs out here for the people to come and eat at. So there's an example of a resilience of a business. I'm standing in front of Doc Ford's Rum Bar and Grill here in Sanibel Island, and they got quite a crowd here today. Looks like they've been open for a while. So again, another example of a restaurant open, and I'm glad they're doing well.
Hi everybody, Michael Puente here with the Blue Giraffe on Sanibel at the Periwinkle Place. I just wanted to give you an update and let you know what we've got going on here at the Periwinkle Place here off of Periwinkle. It's our Blue Giraffe truck itself. It's a food trailer. We offer breakfast and lunch. We elected to bring this onto the island here at the launch of the island opening, so back in January. We opened it up January 2nd to welcome folks back to the island, also to be able to give back and give a little bit of normalcy for everyone. Lord knows that we're all going through the same thing. So between myself and the rest of my team, we elected to go and give an outdoor full service experience, as you can see.
One thing that's opened up here in Sanibel Island is the bike paths, and we see people out biking today. So glad to see the bike paths open here on Sanibel Way. I'm with Claire, the manager of Billy's Bike Rentals. Claire, could you just tell us about Billy's Bike Rentals and what's happening?
We were thrilled to reopen and have our Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting on Sunday the 19th of February. And we're slowly but surely getting back together, and people are coming out to ride around the island, support the local businesses that have managed to get open. We're renting bikes out to individuals for a few hours, and then also out to some of the vacation homes here on the island.
I just found this house on Periwinkle Way, which is being knocked down today. This is one of many homes that cannot be repaired and have to be leveled, unfortunately. I'm at this home just off Sea Grape Lane in South Sanibel. You can see the extensive renovation that's going on in that home. This particular home, we can see they're redoing work up on the roof and in the eaves, and doing a lot of work downstairs, but it looks like this structure stood up a little better than the one beside it. I'm at the Ace Hardware store just off Periwinkle Way on Sanibel Island, and it's been open about a month and a half now. And what an important business to be open for the residents and contractors here on Sanibel Island as they work on restoring their homes. I'm at the post office on Sanibel Island, which was severely damaged after the hurricane, and they've opened a temporary trailer one here on the island until their more permanent one over here, which was severely damaged during the hurricane, can be repaired. So I'm glad to see the residents do not have to go over to Fort Myers to get their mail anymore, as they can come to this temporary post office. I'm inside Whitney's Bait and Tackle shop on Sanibel Island, and they've been open about a month after the hurricane. You can see where they are doing some reconstruction. They had to take the drywall off, but they are open. They had about 35 inches of water inside, but good to see they've been open a few months now. I'm standing in front of the Sanibel School, which has been open now for over a month, so this is a great sign of the recovery of Sanibel when the students are back in their community school. I'm at Crow, the Clinic for Rehabilitation of Wildlife here in Sanibel, and there's a couple ladies here who's going to introduce themselves and just tell us what's happening here at Crow.
So I'm Allison Charney-Hussey. I'm the Executive Director.
And I am Michelle Menendez, the Operations Director.
And we're thrilled to have you here and back on the island and let you know what's going on here at Crow. Our Visitor Education Center and our gift shop have been open for a little bit, and we are fully operational. Our programs will be starting soon on a limited basis, but our hospital, good news, and you heard it here first, the hospital staff and the rehabilitation staff will be joining us back here on island later this week. Yay! Wednesday is moving day. Thursday is our ribbon cutting. The hospital's been operating since the storm at an off-island location, so we have been taking care of the patients, but we'll be happy to have the whole team back on one campus soon.
Just entering the Ding Darling Wildlife Preserve, and it is now open. So we're just going to take a drive through here and see what the condition is like. It opened on April the 4th for visitors, so I guess they've had to do a lot of work on the restoration of it to get it open. Starting to see more greenery here on each side of the road as we proceed through the Ding Darling Preserve. We can see here at this stop the greenery appearing on some of the leaves in these trees in the mangrove, so that's a good sign of the recovery of the forest. Although the road is open through the Ding Darling Preserve, there's a lot of trails still closed because of all the damage to some of the mangroves. They haven't cleared up yet, but hopefully in the near future some of these trails will be reopened again. Here's one trail that is open, the Wolfert Keys Trail. It's about a quarter mile to the overlook place. So it's good to see some of the trails opening up here at Ding Darling Preserve. The greenery up this creek in the Ding Darling Preserve along the shores here is really bouncing back. At the Ding Darling Preserve, the Education Center and Visitor Center is now open as well for visitors, so that's good to know for the visitors to the island. I'm on South Yachtsman Drive on Sanibel Island, and we have a landscape company doing a complete reinstall of all the landscaping here. It's wonderful to see this restoration in process. This house is under construction on Periwinkle Way at the south end of Sanibel Island. What I really notice here is all the grass and their landscaping, flower beds that are really coming back to life. It was all brown here 2 months ago, so this is quite an improvement around this home here on Sanibel. I'm on Sea Grape Lane on Sanibel Island, and we can see some workers here up clearing off some trees that were damaged during the hurricane and starting to restore this property. One amazing thing I'm starting to see since my last visit 2 months ago, the palm trees are starting to turn green at the top. They were totally brown and devastated 2 months ago, but now the greenery is coming back. This is Jerry's Cafe, which opened around Halloween, about a month after the hurricane. And Jerry's Cafe is part of Jerry's Supermarket, which has also been open since the end of October. So it's a very nice place to come and get some groceries or to have a bite to eat. I'm at the north end of Sanibel Island. It's good to see some people on the beach. And since my last visit here, I see all these homes along here have been knocked down, demolished, and they'll be hauled away eventually, all this debris. So it's good to see the demolitions continuing of the homes that can't be saved and restoring the other homes, the ones that survived. 2 months ago, this area was full of garbage and debris. Now it has been completely emptied by the debris trucks and hauled away. There are now some beaches open to the public on the island. Blind Pass Beach at the north end of Sanibel, just before crossing to Captiva, is open. Bowman's Beach Park and all its facilities is now open to the public. Tarpon Bay Beach is also open to the public. The Lighthouse Beach at the south end of the island is still closed while work crews continue with the cleanup and repairs. Just off Periwinkle Way at the south end of the island, we found another home being renovated, which most homes are, but I also see that the city of Sanibel Beach is still closed. Here's another example of the reconstruction on Sanibel. Here's this strip mall that is getting a brand new roof. Most homes here were severely damaged, and even more lost their roofs or had roof damage. This vacation home at Tarpon Bay Beach has been damaged, but the structure still stands. It's strong cement structure, but I'm sure it had significant damage, and looks like all the rentals units are under construction. We're at Bailey's General Store, which was heavily damaged with Hurricane Ian, and the building is obviously closed and perhaps undergoing renovation. But what amazes me is the parking lot out here. This parking lot 2 months ago was filled with garbage and debris, and it has been all cleaned up and removed, just some trucks parked here. One dramatic improvement I see on Periwinkle Way down near the lighthouse. 2 months ago, these mangroves were filled with debris, and now they're all cleared out. So that's a good sign. Even though the foliage is still fairly brown, at least the cleanup is well underway in these mangroves. As I drive down West Gulf Drive, I've noticed quite a change in the last 2 months. 2 months ago, this street, this road was lined with a mile of debris and garbage. Looks like it's all been picked up, and I see more buildings under reconstruction, so an obvious sign of positive changes here in Sanibel Island. As I leave Sanibel Island today, it is with much more hope than I had 2 months ago. I've seen so many more homes being renovated. I've seen hundreds of piles of debris that are now gone, streets being cleaned up. I see people moving back into their homes. I see businesses open. Sanibel is returning to some sense of normalcy after the devastating Hurricane Ian hit there September the 28th. There's a long way to go, but Sanibel is certainly starting to get resurrected. The historic Sanibel Lighthouse survived the hurricane despite losing one of its iron legs, which was found as being reconstructed. The lighthouse has been dark since Hurricane Ian struck, but was relit on February 28th, giving residents a huge boost in morale as it reflects the spirit of rebirth and resilience of the island as they continue their rebuild and recovery.